She was planning on being here. She's working over. She already worked. Went at 7 last night.
Were you meant for
A long
overbite?
day. Like 7, 8, 9 to 12. She's up 15 hours.
No, just, okay. All right,
I was worried about her.
okay. So we're back into regular session. The first item, the second item on the agenda is to request authorization of contract with ASME Council 25 for years 28 through 20.
Move to approve.
Motion Jimmy, or Wilson. Support Doe to approve the AFSCME Council 25 agreement for years 2018 through 20. Are there comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Item 3 is a request to approve a compost facility manager job description and salary recommendation.
Move to approve.
Support.
Motion Doe, support Wilson. Discussion on this? This is, anyways,
Doe and Wilson.
the goal is to move Carl Rousey into this position. Okay. Thank you. Any questions or comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4 is a request to approve heavy equipment operator job description and classification and wage recommendation.
So moved.
Support.
Motion Rowe, support Wilson. Discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 5 is a request to approve Deputy of Elections job description and salary recommendation.
Move to approve.
Support.
Motion Doe, support Wilson. This is discuss a negotiation and being proposed that Angie Robinson will be moving into this position.
Correct.
That's our understanding.
That's our understanding.
Any questions or comments on this?
I just say that I'm glad this went through the proper channels, going through negotiations, because it was a sticking point a year ago, and I'll be a man of my word. I said if it came back through this process, I would vote in favor of it.
Only other thing I would add to the discussion is, basically, I know the job description may change. Yeah, so if it does, if that could, just come back to the board to be.
Fine tune, right?
Yeah,
Fine tune these job
thank you.
descriptions.
So that would just be a friendly amendment actually on to, because it says request to approve the deputy election job description, is that job description may be tailored.
I just want to look at it.
Look at it, if that's okay. Is that fine? Does it have to come back for a vote?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And just for the record, it is intended to not have 3 clerk 3s and a deputy director of elections. It is intended to have the same number of employees in the office.
Yes.
We have a motion of support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, request approval to restore and fill a full-time custodian position as a Florida custodian serving various township locations and shifts.
So moved.
Support.
There's a motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7 is a request to approve to restore the non-union position of deputy assessor and move Brian McCleary from the Teamsters bargaining unit to the non-union deputy position with a proposed salary of $71,561.89.
So moved.
Support.
That was 69 cents. You said 89 cents. You said 69 cents.
I didn't say 69?
Yeah, you said 89.
Trying to give her
I don't even know why you have 69 cents on there, but. Okay, we have a motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item, and Carl Gerbach is here, is a request approval for Township Attorney to prepare a contract between Ypsilanti Township and Cadillac Asphalt for paving at the Civic Center, Maintenance Garage, Green Oaks Golf Course, Recreation, and Holmes Road facility.
So moved.
Support.
Motion Rowe, support Doe,
And that contract is going to come back,
and the
right?
contract will come to the board for
And
approval.
the budget
Yeah.
amendment.
With the budget amendment, yes. Are there questions on this? This is just, okay, there's no questions. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9 is request approval of contract between Ypsilanti Township and the Ypsilanti City for recycling contingent upon attorney approval of the contract.
So move.
Support.
Motion Rose, support Doe.
Discussion.
Questions?
Yeah, question, thank you. I know that we had tried, and I know Supervisor, that you had also mentioned about the street sweeper, and they basically said, nope. It is disappointing that they wouldn't consider that, but hopefully maybe it could be for reconsideration in the future. I know Attorney Winters talked about some, I guess you'd say somewhere in a matter of about $24,000 previously, that the city owes the township. So hopefully that would be reconsidered. But it is disappointing. I think that would have gave a great service to our residents. And it, this is one intergovernmental agreement. I think other intergovernmental agreements could go forward in the future for things like street sweeping. So it is disappointing that they did not consider it.
Okay, and, all right. I agree. It was disappointing, but we were shut down. Like, the answer was flat out no, huh? Huh? Yeah. We'll continue to work on that effort. And the intergovernmental agreement that's in the packet is just a draft. It's nowhere near what is going to be approved by the township attorney. It's just a draft.
Is there a cost to the city for this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They have to pay for the, we had a meeting with them. The attorney, our attorneys weren't present, neither was theirs, but they have agreed, we're insisting on that they pay for the cost of the container that is dropped off, and once it's dropped off, it's filled, it's taken to a recycle center, it's sorted out, and they pay for that, as well as if there's contamination and it has to be sent to the trash, they pay for that. They also pay 50% of the gate attendance cost per year for there.
Okay.
There's some things in here that, we have a compost site, and some of their residents have been notified. This all started because they have to move the recycle center because they're in violation of a grant. And they built that recycling center in the city of Ypsilanti on grant land, and you couldn't do that, similar to what we did when we put a big cell tower on it. So in order for them to get the grant, they have to move it. It started out in the first conversation with Karen and I that it was only for apartments because they don't have apartment pickup for 2 units or more. And all those residents will receive a pass, and they just show the pass and they direct people to their separate recycled drop-off container. Somehow it has blossomed into everyone getting it to bring in their recycling here.
They do roadside pickup, right?
They do roadside pickup.
For a single family.
Yeah. So if more residents do take it, it's just they're gonna pay for the recycling, container and pickup and processing of the recycling. But we have residents asking about televisions. We don't do styrofoam. They have to adhere to the township's guidelines of our recycle center that accepts our recycling material. So I do think it has to be more than fine-tuned to make sure that they understand what they have to pay. And I think they should pay Doug up front for the cost of the container. So they need to cut a check and make sure we get that. And Larry and Karen both were in the last meeting we had, which the city manager wasn't there. We gave him a list of the material, we gave him a list of the approximate costs, and there was a disconnect between the city manager and the people who were at the meeting we were at. But they do want to have this completed by the 28th, I think, 30th. I'm just, that is their goal to do that. I sent you some, and we can get you everything that we had in our meeting. So I don't know why they notified notice.
It's closed right now? That's why.
They closed the 30th.
It's closed this weekend because of the Ypsi Fest, whatever they call it. And then it'll be open next week until the 30th, whatever it is.
But they can't,
31st, they're supposed to start dumping it.
they can't bring TV. We don't recycle things that they recycle. It has to be the recycling guidelines of the township recycle center, which is,
Please send me everything that you have in those discussions,
I
and
did.
please send me the cost of the containers and how we go about identifying if something's contaminated, how quickly they have to remove the contamination. And, I know they may have a goal of the 30th, but I'll do what I can.
Madam Chair, thank you for clarifying the well, I might as well say how it started was with apartments and then kind of morphed into the city's recyclables meeting the township's specifications.
And then-
And that's kind of, if I can say the word, ironic that it started with apartments, and obviously we're doing what we can as a township in order to help the city with the fact they do have to close their recycling center and bringing in more of the recyclables from the city, which I have to go back. It's kind of ironic that they cannot equally look at sharing a street sweeper with our township, so.
I'm more than willing to
I just have to go there, I'm sorry.
I'm more than willing to bring it up if you.
no, I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm just.
Doug, they flat out said no.
Well, but he's gone.
I mean, it was,
He's leaving.
hey, he said, you have too many roads. Our sweeper will not handle what you have. I mean, he went,
Is there any desire for a pilot part of the township to use the sweeper?
I asked for primary roads,
I mean,
and
is there any kind of a benefit to be asking for it for a certain period of time limited so that it would not take theirs out of service, but would allow you to maybe do certain roads? I mean, I just, I can ask a
mean,
lot of things, but.
I've negotiated a lot of things. It was very clear that that is not happening, and don't ask from Stan
Well,
Curtin.
Then maybe the recycle, I don't know, I don't want to know.
Well, Madam,
You could, on a separate note, get it, unless you want to put it in here, which I don't know. We definitely will not be done.
well, Madam Chair, maybe it's a possibility, since you mentioned certain roads, and as a pilot, pilotly, maybe it could be, roads that are well-traveled, like Winnaker and
Brenda did bring that up.
Michigan
I
Ave,
tried every angle I
of
could.
course.
Well, I guess the other thing too is you guys spent X amount of dollars to pave Emmerich Street is located in the city. As far as that goes, I mean, you can't even use the street
Chair.
sweeper to pave a road that we pay for?
I think we need to get it our own sweeper at some point and let our heavy equipment operator do it. But anyways,
I think it should.
yes.
A question for Carl. How difficult is it to operate one of those sweepers? I mean, if they would let us rent their sweeper and we had somebody trained to use it, would it be something that we would be sticking our neck out for damages or anything?
I don't think so. It would be my belief that maybe we contract somebody that does this, like Progressive Sweeping or something, and do maybe a pilot program ourselves of these streets to see what it might take, and then step into maybe purchasing a machine for ourselves. My experience is they are pretty active machine for repairs and maintenance. They always were when we had them at the county. That's why we kind of outsource it and let them have the burden of the repair and getting rid of the waste and all that stuff. So that would be my suggestion, but I don't think it's out of our realm. Our guys could run it. It's not a problem.
But I do think, I also, in the invoices, so they're only going to be invoiced for what we're invoiced for. There's no dispute on that? Like, there's no dispute.
Other than the wage, maybe they talk about the wage, but you already worked out the wages, right?
Yeah, no, this is upon receipt of such an invoice, the city may request, yeah, I just,
You're gonna invoice them on the,
50% of the cost, yeah.
that's just gonna be, you already know what that is, a flat rate, right?
But in here it says upon receipt of such an invoice, the city may request more information, then within 14 days by written notice.
Or something. It just like goes on and on. I thought we were gonna have arbitration orders. And there was no out clause or no.
I'm just concerned with that, and I would like it to be a year.
I think there's a 30-day termination clause in there.
Oh, I must have missed it.
The first one, but I don't know.
There will be one. There will be one.
Oh, there will be one, okay.
Okay. All right, those are just some of my comments. We have a motion support, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Support.
In favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 11:03.
Like, who made that motion to adjourn? Joe and, thank you. We adjourned at 11:04. See you guys. Thanks.
Carol, do you have specifications and everything on that asphalt?
Yeah, I can get them. I'm going to meet with her here in a little bit to get a little more.
Was there bids on that? Or was there,
We did, we usually take what the road
Why is it-
commission,
yeah,
they would
are
charge
you
the road
full?
commission, they would charge us.
Oh.
The road commission takes bids, hopefully accept that.
So if you could